What's up, party people? Here we are again. It's Agents of Rage, episode 4. If you can believe it already, we've got some episodes already out there in the universe. There was a long time that we thought this wasn't even going to be possible, and I just knew that we had to get this going. This was TD's kind of idea, and we're running with it, and here we are already 4 episodes in. I'm El Ren, this is TD, and again, we got some stuff out there already on the internet. YouTube, we've got it on Facebook. You can find it by checking Agents of Rage. Trying to do some of the audio podcasting thing, but it's like copyright infringement. But let me tell you something. The purpose of us doing this show is that we can play music. We're going to play the music that we love, that we want to share. Whether that means we make money doing this or not, who cares? At this point, we just want to get it out there, share the music, create a community, have a blast. How you doing, my man?
Yep, good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. And
excited. Episode 4. We're
I know.
Veterans now, sort of.
Right. And we got a lot to get to.
Yeah.
But you said you've got some positive feedback, all right, from just what's been out there.
Yeah. We've got a lot more views than I expected already, and Saturday, Friday night, I was able to put it on the TV with all my extended family, and they thought it was pretty cool. And it was pretty cool seeing it on a 72-inch TV, and
oh yeah,
there we are, and it's exciting. It's something we've tossed around the idea for a while, and now we're doing it, and it's we're doing it for fun. If we make money, cool. If we don't, it's really, we're just trying to share what our passion for metal music with other people who appreciate it like we do.
No doubt. And you know what? Again, we want to be able to share the music. Sure, we can just sit here and talk about what we like, but you want to hear the music. You want to see what we're talking about. You want to see the clips. If that's why you're here, that's what you're going to get. So whether you like that or not, that's what we're doing. That's what we're about. And we got a lot of stuff on today's show. It's a Metallica really heavy show this week. And but we got a lot of other good stuff coming up. Got clips from Ford Field. So I went and saw Metallica do their double night, Friday, Sunday night at Ford Field in Detroit, downtown Detroit, on November 10th and November 12th. So we got clips from that, including Pantera. We also have our album review segment that will be coming up, and TD and I are always wanting to let you know some of the music that we really love, or sometimes something that maybe we've just discovered, and it kind of goes both ways today, at least in my case, and we'll get into that later. We'll just kind of tease it right now to make sure you tune in. We got some good music we're going to play towards the end of the show. But first off, in each and every episode, we want to kind of talk a little bit about, and this was TD's idea, the story of the shirt. The story of the shirt. Yeah. So, what are we talking about today? TD was asking me, he's like, hey, how many tour shirts you have, like actual shirts that you bought at actual concerts? Because that's, really what it's all about. And that's really what supports the bands, I think, the best. And, honestly, over the moves of my years and all of that, things have disappeared. Dogs have shredded. Washing machines have destroyed. Dryers have, you know what I mean? But I probably have a good 40 in my collection now. And it's ever growing. So every show I go to, I try to buy at least one. Sometimes I buy multiple, as I've done recently. So how about you, man?
I've got probably twice that many, and easily. And I have an ex-wife that used to throw them away periodically when I wasn't looking. And when you have that many, it's easy to not realize something's gone. But I have a thing. I only buy them from concerts. Why I call them concert shirts. There are a few exceptions. Possessed was one. Megadeth was one I bought online, because I noticed that Megadeth shows they never really have any of the old albums on their shirts. It's always the new stuff, and I really wanted, an old school shirt from them. And Possessed a lot of times don't have really any merch at their shows, so I had to go online and buy theirs. But I love my concert shirts. What
are you wearing tonight?
Well, actually, tonight I decided to pull out a Legion, a band that's kind of
is that how you pronounce their name?
That's how I pronounce it.
Okay, I always see it. I call them like Allegaon or something.
Oh,
I
I
had
think
no idea,
I
but
think I heard Jose Mangan mention them on
Allegiant
Sirius XM.
sounds right. Allegiant sounds right.
So I got to meet the singer in San Francisco after the show, one of their shows. Super cool guy. He used to live in Santa Cruz in this area. The band is from Fort Collins, Maryland, and they do a very cool cover version of Rush's Subdivisions.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
So they nailed it. So if you get a chance, you guys got to check that out. But they were really just cool guys, and they're coming on tour again here soon. And
Yes.
just wanted to, give them a shout out.
No doubt. Like, that song is unbelievable. It's really not a representation of who they are. They're very heavy.
Yeah.
They're very heavy, very
That proves
crunchy.
the point how talented they are as musicians, because to play that song and is not that easy, and they nail it.
Yeah. In fact, as you mentioned them, because, we didn't really talk a lot about, some of this stuff. So it's very fresh. We're just having a conversation. They're coming to town here in Detroit at St. Andrews Hall on Monday, May 6th. And
Nice.
they're playing with Decapitated, Septic Flesh,
Yeah.
and Cataclysm, along with Allegiant. So I am going to do everything I can to get to that show. It's interesting. The next day is another really good show here in Detroit, and that's going to be at the Crowfoot in Pontiac, and that's Dying Fetus with Full of Hell. I don't know how you pronounce this name, but it's like Sanguisabog or something like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Real
That
long
one,
name.
not me on that one.
Yeah. Jesus Peace is playing. 200 Stab Wounds, who I really like. Really into that group. Another band called Cruelty, Peeling Flesh, Gag. It's like a huge death night. And that's the night after that Decapitated show. So
Yeah.
I am kind of wondering which one I'm going to go to. Probably will only be able to go to one. But
Well, both those tours are coming out this way. And speaking of that, I've got 2 weeks from today, Raven in San Francisco,
oh, nice.
and Cyrith Ungol on
Yeah.
Friday. So I got Thursday off to recover, thankfully.
Oh.
So Wednesday, go all out. Thursday, recover. Do it again Friday. See, those guys formed in 1971. And you remember 1971?
Yeah, I was one.
Right.
I'm dating myself.
You're rolling around in diapers.
I was dating myself, yeah.
Their first album came out in 81, but I don't remember the last time they toured, but I got to check them out. And Raven, they come around every couple years, but they're only going to be doing it for so much longer. They started in 74, so
Yeah.
got to check them out. Small venue, intimate, super cool, and get right up on the stage. It's going to be two fun nights. I'll get some good video.
I love that. Thank you. And I thought it was you said it was Cyrith. I thought it was like Cyrith.
Maybe it is.
No, but I don't know, but I haven't
I don't
seen
know
them,
either.
But I like them. And I like a
you
lot
know what
of
I
the
meant.
music.
That was the point.
I do. 100%. And again, this is how it is, because a lot of this music you're not hearing every day on the radio. They're not talking about them. It's, so that's why we're talking about it. And that's what we do here each and every week on the show. And we're really going to try to stick to this weekly thing. I think we've kind of got this down now as far as recording it. And it's just a matter of me getting the clips together and stuff. And, the only time it really takes longer is if we've got a lot of clips. And let me tell you something. So you're going to have to settle in here, because let me tell you something. Metallica is something that I think both of TD and myself, was the gold standard. When we were coming up, it's what made the music what it is. It influenced so many bands, and including probably some of the ones that we're going to play later on. And again, just kind of part of that just thrash explosion that happened. And say what you want about, where they went, after Cliff's death. But if you want to just talk, we can agree that the first 4 albums, in my opinion, some of the best metal music ever made. And it still holds up today. And so I've seen them so many times. I'm sure you have as well. I was really looking forward to the Ford Field show. We saw them at Aftershock in 2021. I think they'd been off for a while. Obviously, pandemic, was just coming back. I thought they sounded pretty good. And again, I don't want to say if they sounded good or not sometimes in a venue like that, because it's up to how the venue is giving you the sound as opposed to when, they're playing, because this was not their event. This is something where they're headlining a festival, right? And I
Yeah.
thought it was good. Again, we liked it. I mean, of course, you're always going to like it. And, sometimes you wish they'd play this or that. But I'll tell you what, this last tour and these last two shows, and I've got several clips from both nights. And we're going to listen to them. It's all edited together, so I'm not going to have to play them, one at a piece. It's all edited together. And it was just amazing. They sounded incredible. They sounded as good as they've sounded in years. The sound in Ford Field was fantastic. TD hasn't listened or seen these clips, so he's going to be experiencing this as you are. But of course, one of the things that, for whatever reason, eluded us was our opportunity to see Pantera in 2023. So we had a situation where we were going to see them first at Blue Ridge Rock Fest. Well, that got blown out after the first day, so we missed that. That wasn't on them. Then they're scheduled to play Aftershock. We're going to go see them at Aftershock, but they canceled like several days before, replaced with Stone Temple Pilots, and not an adequate replacement.
No.
But, it is what it is.
Good, but not the same.
No. So I had not seen them. I know that you still haven't seen them, but, hopefully you'll get an opportunity to. And hopefully we all will get to see them again, because it seems like they're still building a lot of momentum. And they were playing. So this is not the Pantera show that you would normally see if you go see them either at a festival or when they're headlining a tour like they were here in February with Lamb of God, in Grand Rapids. I just couldn't get out to Grand Rapids on a Tuesday night. It just wasn't going to happen. So didn't get a chance to see that, but they played, and it was great to hear the music again. So what I'm going to do now, and we'll step out of the way, is let's get to the music. I'm going to play Pantera and a little bit of what they presented to the crowd at Ford Field on November 10th, 2023. This is Pantera. Oh, wait. Where is it? There it is. This is Pantera. They sound good as you see this. It's the circle stage. so good just to hear the music again,
I bet.
hearing it in a live venue. Jack Wild killing it, Charlie Benante holding it down. By the way, my buddy who was there in the snake pit there or whatever, that pit in between the snakes crawl stage, unbelievable. My buddy who worked there hooked him up.
Yeah, that's cool. You sound great.
Yeah.
This riff, this next riff, is going to control you. It's going to own you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Not a fucking thing you can do about it. We love y'all so much, man. Zachariah, lay that riff on you.
I like how he calls him Zachariah.
Yeah.
I want to see you sing with your fucking fist. All around this place.
Back in the day. Fucking need to clap now. It's so good.
I know. Dude.
There we go.
I want to see him again. I want to see him again. I want to get a full show.
Yeah.
You know, we got about, I didn't have all the songs on here, obviously. We got about an hour, and
They're headlining Aftershock Ages. It looks like we're gonna go the same night as Slayer.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, are you gonna go?
Looks like it. My nephews want to go. Yeah, because we love Slayer. Let's go.
And they're playing the same night as Slayer.
Yeah.
Oh, then even if it's just that one night, you should go. That's your backyard.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I like living jealous. Just makes me hungry. Want to go to more, do more.
Yep.
But again, man, it was awesome stuff, and that was cool. Before we move on in the show, just didn't get to the story of my shirt. So this is my Warbringer shirt. Bought this. I want to say this was like 2019. This particular one. They didn't have any more tour shirts. I think they were with I don't know, Heathen or something. It was. I was there just to see Warbringer, and there were not many people there either. But this is kind of, what is that? Woe for the Damned, or what? I have to look at the back, but whatever this album is. Anyway, great show. I said I had to buy a shirt, even though they didn't have tour shirts, and Woe for the Damned, I think is what it's called. That is story of this shirt, and I wear it proudly. So. As we move on here, we are going to get into Metallica, and again, 2 nights. And I want you at the end of this, again, not going to hear every song, but several here, just because it was just so good. The stuff they were throwing out, I just had to keep rolling because it was just great music. And we'll start with night 1, and we'll give you an opportunity to see what that was like. And then we can get into night 2. So, again, hope you guys are digging this. And we got some good stuff coming up later, too, so stay with us. But this is Metallica Night 1, Ford Field, November 10th, 2020. Nothing like opening up with a little creepy death.
That's old school. That's what I love.
I love this song so much. That's why I'm playing a little bit more than I normally would in the club. Yeah. So it's okay. Yeah, I know it is. interestingly, the only song from Death Magnetic, both nights.
That is interesting because I like that album. I thought it was really
Yeah,
good.
so do I. I was surprised.
There you go.
So that's the highlights from just night one.
Wow. A lot of
You know?
highlights.
I mean, insane. And there were a lot of people who decided, they just wanted to come to this night with Pantera.
Yeah.
That if they weren't able to do both, then this was the one they were going to choose. And hey, they chose well. I mean, I played you some of the highlights, but go over it.
Ask me about the beach balls. I got one from the Death Magnetic tour.
Did
In
you?
Sacramento, yeah. I think I may have, pulled a linebacker move and plowed over some poor wide receivers, but I got the ball.
No doubt, dude. Exactly. No doubt. So the night was Creeping Death, Harvester of Sorrow, Through the Never, Leper Messiah, Lux Eterna, Too Far Gone, Fade to Black, Shadows Follow, Orion, Nothing Else Matters, Sad But True, The Day That Never Comes, Hardwired, Fuel, Seek and Destroy, and Master of Puppets. That was night one, which was excellent. But I have to say, I think I like night two better than I liked night one. I know, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do that. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's play night two, and then we'll talk about it on the other side, and we'll get to the album spotlights that we have too before we kill this show. But again, these are one of the shows that you're going to see some long clips. Some of the shows are going to kind of move a little quicker because we're just kind of showing some stuff we're seeing in the clubs. But when you have Metallica doing what they're doing, you gotta let it out there and you gotta see it. So so here is night two from Metallica. Right off the bat, little first album for you. Oh, hilarious. That's hilarious. That I forgot to change the graphic on that.
That's close.
We know this is right, but like,
that's a good video, actually, though. Yeah. That's a real good video.
Which one? Under and Over It?
Under and Over It, yeah.
Yeah,
check it out.
That's once they opened up. Old shit, the old.
Stage looks cool. They really got that set up right.
I know, man. It's wild. Wild.
James, that plays sounds great.
I know, and this is the end of the night.
Yeah, he's hitting all the notes.
Hitting the notes. I mean, Lars keeping up. Yeah, a lot of fast music. I tell you, man, it was a good time. At this point, I was feeling no pain, so amazed that I could keep a steady hand.
You did good. I'm proud of you.
Had to capture it for posterity, man. End of the 90s. Yes, sir. So night 2, because again, I didn't have all the songs there. Whiplash, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Ride the Lightning, Dirty Window from St. Anger, which was interesting. 72 Seasons, If Darkness Had a Sun, Welcome Home, Sanitarian, You Must Burn, Call of Cthulhu, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam, Moth into a Flame, Fight Fire with Fire, Whiskey in the Jar, One, and Enter Sand.
Good stuff.
Good stuff, man. Two shows, 2 nights. Good stuff. And yeah, it was great. And and again, Five Finger was in that night with Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah.
Again, you don't really get the full experience because it's just kind of lights on, when they're doing their thing. But Five Finger was throwing it down there. I got some clips, but we'll move on and check them out next time I get an opportunity to see them live. If we're at a festival or something like that, which I think they're playing Incarceration. I'm not sure. I don't
know either. I you might be right.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but anyway, I digress. Anyway, it was a great show, and you've got some Metallica thoughts.
Speaking of Saint Anger, then thank you for the segue.
Thank you.
People, and I, what made me think about this is you were talking about Metallica. The first 4 albums, how great they were, and I think people thought it was going to be that way forever. And yeah, Metallica's got a few dud albums, but the reality is, so does Priest, so does Maiden, so does Sabbath, even Slayer, even Motorhead. They all have dud albums. That's just the nature of business. But their catalog as a whole is what makes them. So people give them Metallica a hard time, but they're just like anyone else. So back off.
Agreed. And Saint Anger, obviously they were going through a lot of, if you watch the Some Kind of Monster documentary, still trying to get back to their metal thrash roots, experimenting with sound as they've always done.
And successfully for the most part.
Yeah, and some of it didn't work, but some of it's pretty cool. And when you hear it, some of that stuff like Dirty Window live again, whatever, you're like, all right, I remember that. Yeah, and it sounds really good live when we're not hearing a snare that sounds like he's punching a trash can. So,
the way I play drums.
Yeah, exactly.
Not you, but me.
Yes. So, but yeah, again, still going strong, and hope to get an opportunity to see them again at some point. Interestingly enough, and this is kind of a segue, is as we move into our next segment here, which is going to be our album reviews. And what we basically mean by that is these are albums that we think you should see, that you should watch or listen to, I should say. So before we move on, I want you to check this out. TD, what are we looking at here? Because it's very cool.
This is actually a flyer I found, I just saw it on Facebook. It randomly popped up. Metallica, Laws Rocket, and Exodus. And funny enough, Laws Rocket went on before Exodus. And Exodus went on to have a much more significant career. Laws Rocket, kind of underrated, but a very good band. They just didn't end up catching on like Exodus, but played in the ever famous The Stone in San Francisco. Unfortunately, I never got to go there, but a lot of metal bands, thrash metal bands, got their feet wet playing there at the Stone.
And it's interesting because, you just shared that, and it's a Metallica night here on Agents of Rage. Laws Rocket was a band I did not know about. Obviously, they were huge in San Francisco in the 80s, even into the early 90s. They were formed in San Francisco in 81, most notable for their association with the Bay Area thrash metal scene of the 80s, considered to be a member of the region's so-called Big Six, along with Exodus, Testament, Death Angel, Forbidden, and Violence. Taste of Rebellion, which is what we're going to get into here, people, was a live album in 92 recorded in Japan. It's a great album because Nothing Sacred was one of their best works, in my opinion. Heaviest and all that, and they played some of their other great songs over their decade-long career at this concert that they recorded. They made a comeback in 2005. They did record an album, Left for Dead. That was it. They were dead. Nothing is happening from the band as far as I know, but I think it wasn't that long ago, and I just stumbled across them, saw them in something. I was like, I got to check them out, check out their catalog. Couldn't believe, that these guys were thrashing along all my other favorites. And again, just somebody I didn't know. So what we're going to do here is play you, and we do this every week on the show. We pick a couple of albums, and we picked our favorites from that album, but we think you need to play it from start to finish. So why don't we start with TD's picks, and we will go with his things. Again, this is a live album, and again, don't usually do a lot of live albums, but again, because some of you may not be familiar with Laws Rocket, if you want to get a real good sampling of some of their best music that they did, this is it. And this is really a great recording, and a lot of bands recorded in Japan in the 80s and 90s. And so we're going to get with this, and these are TD's 2 selections from this Live Rebellion album from Laws Rocket. Let's go.
Ready for the Southland, down Texas way. Ready for the lightning, and the trees all play. Here's your invitation to come join Leatherface. It's his addiction to keep you face to face. Swinging in the darkness as they near you down. Swinging the hammer, no one is a sound. Here's your invitation to come join Leatherface. It's his addiction to keep you face to face. You're just a prisoner in his game of chance. Another offering for the devil's down. Hey, city's gonna burn. City's gonna burn. City's gonna burn. City's gonna burn. Thunderclouds of anger, blocking out the light. They're waiting in the shadows to terrorize the night. We might as well surrender. No one left to live. Only came to cause some anger. Only came to cause some pain. Running high. No more time. Cast a spell. Yeah.
All right, so good stuff there. Great recording, great sounding voice, and they're heavy, and they got some good stuff there. Your thoughts just before we get into the next part, but Laws Rocket.
Well, I couldn't help but pick the Leatherface song since it's title to the soundtrack of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3,
Right,
which that couldn't be more of a metal movie. And I think I might watch it tonight, actually, after this. But
it's a good film.
If you check it out, there's Death Angels on there, Sacred Reich, some other cool metal bands, including this one, MX Machine, who I happened to see back in like 86, 87, opening in for Testament at the Metroplex in Atlanta. So great movie, great soundtrack, great band, Laws Rocket.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's a couple of my favorites from this particular album and from the band overall. These are 2 goodies also.
It's rising by degrees, falling on the sea, burning down below. Steal their lives away, and without a sound, to the devil's heart. Stronger underground, on the pit of fate, sow the seeds of hate, kill to dominate. It's rising by degrees, falling on the seas, burning nature in our hearts. It's just like wildfire. Once it starts, it never stops. Never trust your senses. Never trust the men in black. These empty promises lead you down a broken path. Take a look at what your world has become. There's no way to write the damage that's been done. What kind of life is this when all you know is pain? No one left to leave you, no one knows your name. We'll fight the enemy within. It's a fight you can never win. We'll fight the enemy within. It's a fight until the bitter end.
Laws Rocket. Yeah, man, good stuff. Check them out, people. And maybe you got some stories about them. You want to put them in the comment section? Sure. If you discover our show and you want to share some of your metal stuff, whatever it is, your thoughts, we'd love to hear them. And that's good stuff. And again, I was not aware of them. I have listened to the majority of their catalog, and it's good stuff, and it's good thrash. And I hope they come back. I hope there is some form of Laws Rocket that can come back and tour and do some things. I mean, heck, I'm going to see Violence coming up, know, and this is
going to be good.
I mean, they're doing Eternal Nightmare in its entirety.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So
good stuff.
I am very excited for that. So I see a world where Laws Rocket can come back. Okay, show's running long. We're going to keep this moving. We got one more album, and it is a great album. I'll talk about it after we play, but can't tell you how much Metal Church I was digesting during the 80s. It was a lot. It was a band that I could not get enough of, and when you came up with the fact that you wanted to profile the dark on this particular episode, I was very excited and enthusiastic to do it because I love every single song on this album. And even some of it, where maybe it doesn't hold up as well today, maybe it's, a little dated, it's still great. And you just need to soak it in. I'm going to play my cuts first, and then we'll play TD's cuts. So let's start with mine, Metal Church, with Election.
Back started bleeding from the lashes to my soul. I chose to stand my ground, not to do as I was told. Thinking like mindless sheep, these people were my friends. Now I feel abandoned with a pain that never ends. My blood is boiling now on this journey to no avail. On this trip of fools, we're gonna die. Well, no one listens to what I say. Just the other day, I heard the newsman say, enemy missiles found and coming out our way. Will we all be told just who the hell we are? While we take our ships and take new portals very far. Beyond the line of death. Beyond the line of death. He says he'll get you if you dignify him to laugh at his orders cross over the line. So these ships went down and all their hands were lost. If he's gonna spit on us, he's gotta pay the cost. You angry little madman with this race to the sky. fight scenes they follow, never question why.
Okay, and let's get into TDs, which, of course, first 2 tracks, just to knock your socks off. Thought I'd mix it up and start with track 2. Oh, yeah. Track 1. Build it.
Break down the walls of forever. Pull down hard on the level. Let them know that you can't die the key. Though they try to hold us down, turn it up that chainsaw sound. I just love to see my parents bleed. So you see that they're all going nowhere. Everybody's staring into space. Start the fire. Bring down the hammer.
So there you go. Just 4 blistering tracks. I will say this too. Stone Sour does a cover of The Dark on one of their albums, and Corey Taylor kills it, man. That's a haunting song anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a really good version, you know. That album was released October 6, 1986. The Dark talks of somber themes such as assassination, death, struggle, rituals, and the supernatural. The lyrics from Line of Death, for example, based on Libyan hostilities in the Gulf of Sidra, while the band's title track involves the protagonist attempting to survive the night in an abandoned house with an evil demonic entity stalking and attempting to drag him to hell. That's what I'm talking about. Watch the Children Pray became the band's power ballad, the album dedicated to late Metallica bassist Cliff Burton, who we referenced in the show earlier. He died 9 days before this album was released. Now, in order to promote the Dark, Metal Church supported Metallica and Anthrax on the Damage Inc. tour. They also opened for Megadeth, Anthrax, and King Diamond. Ton of Bricks appears as the opening track in the Charlie Sheen movie No Man's Land from 1987. That might have to be on your watch list.
Wait. You're not going to believe this.
Okay.
I watched that movie last night.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I was like, what is this movie? So I checked it out, and these bikers in there, and the music. I didn't catch the Metal Church part, but it's like there was a ton of metal music in there. I was like, this is a cool movie. I'd never heard of it. I swear to God, I watched it last night.
That's crazy.
It chills. That is so crazy.
That is very crazy.
Yeah,
and
it's a good movie. It's a good, he's funny because he's got the popular, sideburns from for the 90s in there.
Right. So
good,
Anthrax guitarist Scott Ian has been quoted as saying that Mark Dotson's production work on this album, The Dark, inspired the band to work with him as the producer for their 4th album, State of Euphoria. And in 2005, the album was ranked 389th in Rock Hard Magazine's book, The 500 Greatest Rock and Metal Albums of All Time. So high praise. I would probably put it higher on the list, but it is what it is. And it's great stuff. Go check it out if you don't know Metal Church, especially the first 2 albums with that singer.
Big time.
That's where you want to be.
Wayne. Yeah.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, we are winding up another edition of Agents of Rage. I do want to tell you a little bit about what's coming up in episode 5 and some of the themes that we'll have moving forward. So next show, we're going to get into some Jesus Wept. They're a Detroit metal band you should check out, and some Exodus clips that I got from December. I was really close, got some great clips that we'll put on there. I'll also add some clips from February's badass triple bill here in Detroit with Orbit Culture, Fear Factory, and Machine Head from St. Andrews Hall in Detroit. And TD has got some topics that we're going to start to delve into. Among those, best first 2 thrash albums released by thrash bands, and we're not limited to the 80s. Metal Church would be one of those, 100%. Maybe they're the winner, but we're not going to limit to the 80s. There's been some great thrash by bands who started later than the 80s. How about this topic? Bands that should have but never made it big. That's a big topic, and there's a lot of stuff we can talk about on that one. Hey, we know the big 4, but who are the next 4? That is always in debate. We have a criteria that we'll lay out so you can kind of understand where we're going to come on our list. I don't know his list. He doesn't know my list, but we'll make sure that you understand how to play along. And how about some current bands that make up the new wave of old school thrash? What is the big 4, the next current 4? That's a whole show in itself. So we're going to get into that. If you have some topics you want us to discuss, let us know. We're going to have some friends of ours, hopefully coming on some upcoming shows here and, talk about their metal experience. And heck, there's a lot of great festivals this year. Hopefully we've got some friends who might be at some of these festivals, and maybe they'll pop in and give us some of their critique of what they checked out, what they liked, what they didn't like. Festivals are a big thing in our lives, and of course we get together at least once a year to do one together. That's when TD, who is out on the West Coast, me, who is out here in the Midwest, can get together. This year we'll be doing Incarceration in July, and we'll have probably a couple of shows. I think we're going to do a live show from the Airbnb that we're out, so we should do some live stuff.
Very possible.
Yeah. Hey, man, before we go, anything else you want to say?
Hey, I'm excited we're doing this. Look forward to, increasing the content and, sharing our love of metal music with our fans.
That's it. So we want to do this every week, and hopefully we can keep this going. And again, we do it for the love of music. We do it for the love of live music. We like to show that live music and just check it out. And again, just be another cog in this metal community. And we love it. And can't wait to get back out there. We love shows. We love the music. We love talking about it. So thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next time right here on Agents of Rage.
See ya.